Well, welcome back to the Helicon Arena. It's the last quarterfinal, the nightcap game. Canada and France will face off to complete the semi-final lineup for the Under-19 Basketball World Cup. Canada with a C, not a K, beat France in the quarterfinals here. The last place, a chance to play Mali in the semi-final tomorrow. So Canada, the defending champions who won so heroically in Egypt after beating the United States in the semi-final, plays France, one of the teams from European basketball, and it's going to be a good one. It's going to be, I think, a pretty well-matched two teams that arrive here with the same record, 3-1, having both dropped a game in the group and then won their last 16-round playoff the day before yesterday. Going to get into individual player introductions. Lloyd, Canada and France have played each other twice in World Cup Under-19 history, with Canada winning both times, but both in single-digit margins. This is going to be a close one.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less. Two very good teams, two battle-tested teams as well, really, coming through difficult groups. You know, Canada coming through that group with Australia and Mali. They dropped the game against Mali, a surprise perhaps with no Ballo playing on that particular occasion, but can they set up a rematch against the Mali team in this semi-final, or will it be France, who have kind of gone through just a single loss for them against Serbia, the Serbian team which dropped a surprising loss earlier against Lithuania in the earlier quarterfinals. So two teams battle tested, and what we'll see is, you know, a lot of perimeter firepower on both teams and a lot of very good three-point shooting as well.
Well, this French team that, again, is a product of the great French system that produces player after player after player. But Joel Ayayi with 20 points, he's having a great tournament.
Oh, he's having an incredible tournament. The man who's over in Gonzaga University, as it feels like every player in this tournament is. He's one of 4 current players, and one more as well that are playing here in Heraklion in Greece. He's coming looking for a breakout season next year after a quiet first freshman season for him. He is the star of the French team, but they do have great depth indeed.
Well, Canada, the defending champions, and led by RJ Barrett, the MVP 2 years ago, and look what's happened to RJ Barrett. They overcame the United States and then overcame Italy in the final to be crowned champions of the world. This group, a different group, no superstar, but a real talented group of guys. We'll have a chance to talk about them a lot more after the national anthems, and we'll have the national anthem of France first and then Canada.
National anthems of teams for France.
And now the national anthem of Canada. traditional sharing of mementos before the game happened at the halfway line. We'll get a chance to look at the third team on the floor, the three officials, in a moment. But this has tough game written all over it. So these three officials that we're going to get a view of now. Mr. Juan Fernandez, Mr. Admir Zurapovic, and Ahmed Al-Yassim Al-Shawali from Argentina, Bosnia and Iraq respectively take charge of the last game in the quarterfinals. One step from the semi-final against Mali. 40 minutes to decide who. Going to get a look at the two rosters, Lloyd, and start with a French team, European team developed through their system. Such a group.
Yeah, no, it's a really deep team. I mean, Joel Ayayi is the star, really, man, who's averaging 20 points a game. But after that, you know, it's a host of four other guys averaging all around 10 points per game, have the ability to step up at various points. But really, it's the backcourt. Chupes Dimanche as well. You know, they're two guys that can step up alongside Ayayi, and this is a really good three-point shooting team for France.
Well, Coach Frédéric Crabet has done a great job, because the trouble with deep rosters is, you know, at national teams you don't get an enormous amount of preparation, but trying to get those guys to work as a group is an art form, and you know, some guys really do a great job national team wise, and when you've got talent like France, it's a must. This Canadian team comer is defending champions, and therefore the expectation on Coach Van Horen is high.
Yeah, and I mean, the superstar of this Canadian team, A.J. Lawson, the number 10, coming off a very, very impressive year for the University of South Carolina. You know, he is the leader of this Canadian team. He will wear the number 10. Almost everything will go through him. 18 points per game, shooting 47% for three.
Well, and the other thing that, you know, struck me when I saw the French team play the other day, their athleticism. They're very, very long where they need to be. And I'm not sure if they really let that athleticism loose. And Coach Daniel Van Horen there from Canada could have a real task on. Three great quarterfinals so far, with the United States, Lithuania and Mali, first African team in a semi-final of an age group world championship. Progressing to tomorrow's semi-finals, and only one spot remains. And Canada went on a roll last in Egypt. They lost games in the group, lost to Spain in fact in the group, and then went unbeaten and took their spot at the top of the podium on just a marvellous night in Cairo for them. But that was 2 years ago, and once this game starts, all they'll be focused on is getting the result here, because they want to have the chance to defend. And even though we think Mali are a good team, both these teams will think, hey, Mali in the semi-final, we've got a great chance of the gold medal game, but that's going to be a tough prospect for whoever wins this game.
Absolutely. I don't think in the semi-final of the Under-19 World Cup there is any easy game whatsoever.
Not at all. A.J. Lawson, as Lloyd mentioned, really has had a stellar season in one of the toughest conferences in the NCAA. There's just talent across both rosters, so it's this one, I think it'll come down to whoever can impose their rhythm, their style of play on the other. You really would like France to let the athletes loose and see if they can get it, but Canada really match up on them well, so this has got every chance of being a classic. So welcome back to Eklon. Last semi-final of the Under-19 FIBA World Cup, and Canada in the half court. We'll get a first look. Backdoor cut on the roll. It's turned over, and France will get the positive stat.
Interesting switching defense on to A.J. Lawson, so didn't really seem to have a man that was going to try and stop him in a one-on-one situation.
The Dimanche into the half court. Handoff, which creates movement for Ayayi. They try and open the floor. France, the ball screen, tries to slash through the show. Baseline jump shot is long, and I don't think, apart obviously Canada are not going to be happy because of the turnover, but a jump shot to the hoop is no good. And the defensive rebound pulled in by Ayom. Dimanche penetrates, kicks. The open three is no good, but the offensive rebound is hauled in. Ayayi has it. Gets that narrow screen option. Wraps it on the inside. The help is there, but fouls. And Baptiste Dessous Yovo finds himself at the free throw line. One of the two players that's with the Chalon program in France, and makes the first. Should settle everybody down. 2 for 2 from the line. And Squire has it in the backcourt. Lawson off the down screen, turns the corner in a step, goes to the hoop for 2, gets it to roll, and all about the catch and go.
He's, as I said, coming off a very impressive season. South Carolina first year, was a lot of talk of him going to the NBA, but he's decided to go back for at least one more year.
Getting after his own shot. And France getting a lot of joy on the inside. And Yabo gets the 2. Short jump hook is very sweet off the glass as Jordan Bediako. Bediako gets the 2. And straight down the gut of the defense. And Ayayi may be surprised by the absence of defense. Squire goes inside. Mid-range jump shot is no good. Defensive rebound is finally secured and a chance to run as Chopaz gets it. Looks no options, will bring it out, and France would normally reverse it, but stay on the same side. Fadeaway jump shot early in the offense, not necessarily the option. Whistle on the play on the penetration, and Canada foul. A little like people are feeling each other out a bit, you feel?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this, this team, or both teams, got to just kind of get their comfort level within the game. You see France are very spread offensively, and Canada have got to contain this one-on-one penetration. If you let them break you down and kick to open shooters, they're a handful, but also they've got to remember to rebound from out on the perimeter.
The 3 is no good, and France again going to work on the glass. They blow the putback, and the ball will stay with them, and again an offensive rebound. Jacques Héon just going to work.
Bediako has got to try and clean up on the inside. He is the true 5-man, the true centre for Canada in there.
Feeding the trap, they reverse out the trap. Also gets a piece and will come down with it. Shares it, or half shared it and half floated it, not quite sure. Going the other way, France trying to score in transition. They take the foul and they will go to the free throw line, and you've got to say France look a little tighter, a little more as a group at the moment. Canada, I think, struggling with the way that France are just trying to isolate them and attack them.
Yeah, I think the French team always seems to get into the game as it goes on as well. We saw the same thing a couple of days ago against Greece. Early on, they just kind of stood around a bit. They felt out the other team and then really exploded, got going in the second half. So expect more of the same from them, but for Canada, worrying signs really in that early stages. That you want a team to come out, set the stall, make a line in the sand of what you're going to do. They haven't really done that at all either end of the floor. Absolutely,
and that's really the point, is that you already have worked out what France are doing as a start point. Canada, I'm not quite sure where they are. First minutes in the game for Kennedy, Thomas Kennedy. The quick 3 is rings in and out, and at the moment there's only one team on the glass. And Jovo gets another, Jovo gets another rebound. And France are again all over it, and it's just a battle just to secure it. Chance for Canada in transition. Marnie pushes and turns it over. It's a stuttering start by the defending champions, and a foul, and Kennedy will pick up his first stat. And that very early in the game is going to put Canada into the penalty. Substitutions coming in. One Bediako for the other. Jacoby Neath for Canada checks in. And meanwhile, France continue to have the best of these early stages of the game. First one is good.
At this moment in time, France look just like Canada, a bit better. A bit quicker, a bit more able to break you down, a bit more athletic getting after the ball, a bit more pressure defense causing turnovers. So Canada, you see again, the pressure, turnover.
Great defensive effort. Dimanche gets the steal, and they've got numbers down the floor, and they're all over the glass again. Finally, Squire comes down with it, gives it up, off the glass for two. Is good for Neath.
Better finish, controlled body, controlled finish even with the contact from Neath. Good player from Squire.
Dimanche gets it into the half court. Ayayi. It's a lot of touches early. It's a chance to get it and possibly see it again in the offense. Pass to the inside. Well, they blow the two-footer. And Canada are dodging bullets at the minute because France are all over the glass. They're getting looks and then they're getting offensive rebounds. And Canada will be pleased to only be down three. Kennedy out top. They're going to gap him. Back door. And Squire goes strong, but the ball's knocked out of bounds and will stay with Canada. 7 on the possession. We'll replay the 2 on the break. Let's have a look at this. They were queuing up.
Shot clock for Canada.
Mishandled, but gets in the lane, hits nothing, and the ball will belong to France. And your analysis, Lloyd, absolutely spot on. They're running similar stuff, it's just France look better. Yeah. Canada are going to have to find another option here. And Coach Van Hoonen is looking, it just looks like he's looking to get people in early here to see which of his combinations may work. It's another rotation early in this first quarter. Joel Brown checks in. That's offensive, but
it wasn't a particularly good play either way, was it?
No.
France had 5 guys in the paint. Look at this, 5 guys all running into the same spot for France, no space whatsoever. And the defense wasn't particularly good, just stood in position, got the call. And after the quality of the US and then the game, we saw Serbia versus Lithuania. This one hasn't started off the way we almost expected it so far, but I think it's going to come to life. I think both these two teams are just figuring out what's going on.
Well, Kennedy gets the 2. Let's just call it that.
He's the only man that plays, university basketball in the Canadian system, which is much improved over these last few years.
3 is dropped from deep.
Well, you've got to know the scout. Joel Ayayi, if he is given space from beyond the three-point line, he will take threes all day long.
His athleticism gets the steal, but no, he doesn't. Sorry, Luke.
No. He's an exceptional three-point shooter, is what I was saying. Shooting right at sort of 40% in this tournament on 4 attempts from beyond the three-point line a game. So you have to force him. It's almost counterintuitive. You have to run him off the three-point line, force him to get to the ring.
Brown will inbound. Kennedy releases. Back cut doesn't really put Lawson in a good place at all. And Pass, who's been given the responsibility to guard Lawson early on, gets a piece and breaks it up. Lawson again looks back door. Brown with nowhere to go, and then takes a tough looking shot.
Well, all we talked about with the American team was how unselfish they were, and it's complete contradiction to that play, you know, from Brown. He got to the lane, he'd done his job.
Yeah.
Find the open man.
Oh, trapped on the wing. Penetration against Kennedy goes up for an easy 2. And Baptiste gets his first points of the game, and everything that goes to the ring looks good for France. 3.5 minutes of this first quarter, and the game is yet to explode. It might explode now, but recovered. Brown gives it up. Kennedy doesn't think about the 3 because Lawson's outside him, and that's a smart move by Kennedy.
Yeah, good extra pass. He knew who it was next to him. You know, one of the leading scorers in NCAA basketball. So he gives it up to him. Lawson knocks down the 3. That might get him going. I'd like to see him involved in a bit more playmaking.
That's an interesting point, Lloyd, because you look at this Canadian team. He's almost having to fill in at the off-guard spot because of the rest of the personnel. So Kennedy sits. And off to the races again.
5 on 4. This is where they've got to take advantage. Move the ball, find the open man. And an ideal situation is Lawson, and a good follow.
Lawson doing it. It's a point you made again, Lloyd. He needs more touches of the ball.
Yeah, I would involve him as the playmaker, Lawson, rather than, you know, perhaps the point guards. The ones that have the ball in their hands all the time. Give it up early to Lawson. Let his threat draw the attention of the defense.
Dimanche penetrates, is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. 2:35 to go. And for all we were saying about Canada as well, is that last little spell has brought it to a 1. And started by the extra pass by Kennedy. You know, the first player on the floor almost to share it for Canada. Gives Lawson the 3. Lawson gets the little run, and now he gets a blow with 2:35 to go. Interesting to see where the offense is focused now that he's out of the game.
Yeah, sometimes though, you take your best player out, especially, you know, relatively early like this. It just involves everybody else.
Yeah.
Everyone else thinks, oh, now I need to sort of take some responsibility. We'll see if that helps Canada.
Bush goes 2 for 2, and France have it by 3. Brown, who's actually looked like he wants to start moving quickly, misses, just gets the roll on the layup. When my only issue is at times no one else is getting the look, but why would they if the drive lane is open? So he's really injected some intensity to this Canadian lineup. Dimanche outside, puts it on the floor, going baseline again, breaks the defense down and just floats for a 2, and that's far too easy.
Far too easy. Canada having to work for their place.
Dimanche looks such a smooth operator, so to speak. Penetration, baseline, watch out, and they missed the dunk. Great work on the glass to go up. Bediako goes back up, and the first penetration by Samuels looked impressive. Samuels, the 203 forward, doesn't look like he's got a great handle, but was really effective on the drive and really should have thrown it down. There's the replay, and Bediako just outworks everybody on the glass. He's on the free throw line. So Canada, after, you know, you've got to say a stuttering start, are right in this now. They're in the flow of the game.
Charles Bediako, their younger brother, at the free throw line. He's had a good tournament, 9 points, 6 rebounds per game. This is basketball currently in the US high school system.
So Canada extend the defense. And France do what France do sometimes in these situations. Look at it, give it a load of respect, don't get into anything. Now they're on 9 seconds and they settle for the 3 and just drop it.
You saw the Canadians practice at that press and zone earlier on today. It didn't work on the first possession. Strong finish though from
Neath again gets up, throws it down, and runs a bit soft, this Canadian defense. It just tries to contain, and France is quite happy to be contained in that way. They don't panic getting late into a shot clock. Here's Dimanche again, little floater in the lane. doesn't get it to drop. Bediako's on the glass, and he's really had an impact off the bench. Activity on the glass will always spark your team. Here he is again. Samuel's going strong, steps through, and it's knocked away. Needs to pass. Chance for France here to run. Numbers down the floor. Great transition defense. Canada really do get back. And France never looking to force. Baptiste outside, we'll move it on. Dimanche again. Puts it on the floor, goes to the far side of the ring, and he blows the easy layup. So he gets the easy layup, and then France get the putback. And again, over the glass is Leopold. Well, I'll make the same point you make. We watched the United States pass and share the basketball beautifully for at least 2.5 of the quarters that they played. Again, the penetration into a lot of traffic was screaming to be kicked.
Yeah, it's just that one dribble too many, that just little extra bit that you don't need. And it comes from the right intention, you know, good effort. It was a great play, but sometimes you have to be happy with what you've done. You know, be happy to draw 2 defenders, be happy to get the rotation that gives somebody else the opportunity.
Bediako on the free throw line again. It's nothing on the first. 13.5 seconds for France to finish quarter one with a flourish. They lead by 4 with the second of these free throws to come. And comes up empty. Defensive rebound just about secured. More than enough time. 10 seconds for France to increase this 4-point lead. Do they know that there's only 6? Dimanche is fouled, and Canada in the penalty with the ball going to the sideline. Foul and send France to the line.
Well, what can you say? It's just not a heady play, is it?
No.
You know, no clock, especially a man of Charles Bediako's length. You know, you would expect him to be able to guard the ball for another second or so and challenge a shot. He wasn't able to do that, and now these just freebies for Joel Ayayi. And more importantly, someone like Ayayi, he's a scorer. So you start to get him going, you give him this confidence. And this is a man who's had, you know, huge European Championships last year. He was voted as an all-star. He had 31 against Greece in the round of 16. He had 22 on Russia in the 3rd and 4th playoff game as well. So he can have big games. You do not want to give him the confidence at the line to get going.
Well, Canada 3 seconds to get this away. It's going to be, and France did have a foul to give, so smart call, and they rotated Robineau into the game, so he'll waste one for the team. And with 1.4 seconds to go, Canada have it on the sideline. Well, if they go backwards, there's no chance. Halfway line. Oh! What do I know? He has no chance.
It was almost written, wasn't it? A good shot, Damien Squire. His freshman year, UC Davis, past season.
Well, there's the fake, gets the defense in the air, in his own half.
He didn't get it away in time.
No, he didn't, did he? The referees have...
World, I've been watching you.
Goodness gracious.
Brazil, Beleza. Spain, you got 1. Is that enough? That's what I thought.
Make up. Oh!
Okay, Australia. I can feel your passion all the way from here. Yo, France, I know you want it. You just love giving everybody a hard time now, don't you? Ni hao, China. You show me love. Now show me some game.
Chi continues to get the fans.
And all of you, FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it. USA, don't this up.
Well, back here, replays of what was an impressive start by France.
Yeah, you know, it's been an up and down first quarter. We sort of said you know, it's got a weird feel to it. Neither team really has taken that control or established a style of play. France started well, looked comfortable. Canada have kind of chipped their way back in, but not really doing anything in particular. They've done a better job of getting on the glass, you know, scoring in and around the paint, and really it's the bench group that has come in from Canada. You know, a lot of guys chipped in 2 points, 4 points, that sort of thing, rather than any one player really taking charge.
But they've already got AJ Lawson on the bench to come in at the start of this second quarter. No idea why he hasn't actually started. Nice pass. Oh, nice finish. Same play, but a better execution. Got the back screen away from the basketball. And Neath just threw it down. 1 point game at the beginning of the second. France not phased. Back to that same tempo they've had on the floor since the opening tip. The three off the screen. calls, and France on the free throw line. As Squire will take some time on the bench. Yaseh knocks down the 2. And completes it with 7:29 to go in the second quarter. Well, by hook or by crook, we've got the game we thought we were going to have here. It's tight. And they settle for the 3, and it's way long. One pass, stand still, settle for the jump shot. It's not Canadian basketball in the last few years. Open for 3 is good, and 1. Just stroked it. Yovo has really been aggressive since he's come out at the start of the game and knocks the 3 down.
Canada got to find a way to get Lawson involved. You know, you see Ayayi there involved in the play, comes off the ball screen, takes all the attention towards him because he is that big-time scorer. That's what gets the open shot, you know, the patience. And Bediako can't get back in time. On the other side, Canada come down. You know, Lawson's cutting through. They're just moving him from side to side. He doesn't even see the ball before they take a contested shot.
Well, the free throw doesn't get the drop. It's a 6-point lead for France. And good take down the middle. But as you saw at the end, it's a take down the middle, but his own teammate is right in the lane.
Yeah, space isn't there.
And they get bowed out with the holding foul on the floor. And when that penetration is, just look, when it's not there, just look, move the basketball. And as you can see, Lawson's walk past his teammates and just say, hey, look, let's just settle down. It's almost as like they're trying so hard that they're not really making clear decisions. Timeout, France. Well, in fact, sorry, timeout, Canada. Both coaches had looked for the
World, I'm Dirk, and this is my man, Son of Dreams.
His eye shot drops.
And that's what it takes to compete in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Do you have it? Hey, Greece. It's time for the freak. Hey, Argentina, where's that young gun? Serbia, still outsmarting your opponents? Japan, you got some tricks up your sleeves, huh? Lions, we took on Africa, but are you ready for the world? This competition is not a place to sit back and watch. It's time to prove the world's got game. Hit it, son. Stell dir mal vor, Deutschland macht's.
It does as well, then you're going to end with a great shot for the team rather than just a good one.
Well, we've seen successful teams do that all afternoon here in Crete. The ability to share the basketball, create opportunity for your teammate has been one of the features of the teams that have won. And Canada just really do. And the last few years, Canadian basketball has really done that well. Fundamentally sound, spacing good, and really has looked at percentages and shot the ball well. Again, Lawson doesn't get touches. You know, he's one pass away. Now he gets it on a tough catch and release, and he's got nothing. Therefore, he has to look for shots that normally he would never have to look for.
If you're not getting touches, you know, players go searching for it, don't they?
Yep.
So he's given the ball, low shot clock, asked to do something. Luckily for him, Ane, a really good play offensively to get the offensive rebound.
So Canada effort still there. They're struggling to tick it over offensively, but they're hanging in there. Kennedy with again, one pass out of bounds. You do not want to become reliant on on one of your top players, i.e. in this case Lawson, but he has to be involved.
I think it's just the whole symptom of moving the ball a little more before they take a shot.
Oh, down the lane for an easy layup, and well, yeah, it was a great move, but no one tried to cut him off on the drive.
How smooth was
Oh,
that?
super smooth.
It's between a couple of guys. Went in for the finish as well. See, this is it. They don't take the shot, no problem. And now move it quickly from one side to the other. If you're Canada, much better there.
Accuracy on the floor, but he ends up with a tough one and manufactures it. Can't get the drop. And Lawson again doesn't get a touch throughout the set. But Canada, again, their work rate is keeping them in this. Open three off the steal is no good. And the defensive rebound pulled in. Leopold.
Lost his shoe, I think. There's a on the drive. Gliding past anyone from Canada that wants to get near him.
So the officials did the smart thing as Leopold had lost his shoe. And Leopold's wide open if they'd have looked. Dimanche and Ayayi in the backcourt look really totally controlled. Dimanche gets it. He gets it back in the corner for the three, and Ayayi knocks it down.
It's a full stroke, isn't he? If you want to teach
Soft,
somebody, teach somebody to shoot, that's the way to do it. In rhythm, it's a joy to watch.
Ayayi, both ends involved, both ends right on the money. Timeout France, and France are in a good place here. 11-point lead, and Canada have been scoreless for a long, long time. And Canada could dig it. From the field, rebound-wise, France just had the edge, largely because Canada have just missed more shots. So, to the defensive end, they have that edge.
You just feel like there's so much more to come from both teams. France, you feel like they're in, second, third gear at the moment, just cruising through. But it's a Canadian team which has got that effort. They're trying, they're out there, but they just haven't found a way right now. It's almost a frustrating performance from them. I'm sure they won't be happy with what they've done so far.
Well, it's pretty much 3 minutes since Canada last travelled the scorers. It's not that it's 3 minutes since they travelled the scorers. They haven't really had a good look in that period either because they've forced shots. And French defence is good. It's not having to be great to leave Canada in that position. Brown will move it on. Wilson now has a touch. Goes up with a runner for two.
Make it easy for him either, did they? Give him the ball on the wing. Tell him to go one-on-one himself.
No French help on the baseline. Made a great decision though, didn't he? Got to the lane. Ticks it over. Dimanche. And they're going to call an offensive foul somewhere on the floor. I don't think it's on Dimanche.
There it is. Must have been a hook. Let's have another look. It's got to be the left arm. Yeah. See, he's holding back the arm.
Yeah.
Smart call.
Oh. Hats off to the official. They get enough stick, the officials, when they get it spot on, point it out. Kennedy's going to be the guy reversing the basketball. They look, nice little fake, goes inside and shares it, but turns it over. It's just a decision, and at pace, France in transition. Ayayi has it, gets ready to knock down the three, but can't get that one to drop. Kennedy's released, and he won't give him the ball. Gives it on the break for the 2 and 1.
Well, what do we know?
Well,
Kennedy tries to make a pass, turns it over, and then they miss all the right options to end up with a three-point play here.
Nice little phase coming out of the timeout. Always important. Get things out of your timeouts. And this will make it a 5-0 run after the timeout. Well, no, it won't, because another free throw goes to Beggin. So again, off the bench, Brown is putting a shift in defensively. Ayayi feels the double team, will skip the long two, and there's a foul on the play. And We've said a number of times during these quarterfinals, the effort's great, but you've got to be under control.
This experienced member of their team as well, Lawson. Yep. We've been giving him all the credit, saying he needs these touches offensively.
First foul for Lawson. Gets the second one to drop. Restores an 8-point advantage as Neath will advance it. Brown and Neath combine in the backcourt. Lawson challenges the defense, goes inside, and then missed the dunk.
Much better from Canada. Ball movement, you know, everything. Got a touch for Lawson, came off the ball screen. He'd moved before he got to him. You know, as impressive as it was from Samuel to try and attempt the dunk, he's got to finish.
Yeah, just,
you know, they need the points, not a highlight. It's the most important thing right now.
Right. Scramble on the floor. Who's coming down with that? Well, it ends up with Yai. Yai on the dribble. 4 on the shot. Nice pass. Oh, all about the pass. All about the vision. Tough finish, yes. But Yai just makes things happen for France.
Talked about his, you know, the veteran leadership, the experience. Yai pulled it out in no hurry with 8 on the clock and made the play right as the shot clock was winding down.
Kennedy makes a tough one down the middle. Went back to the right hand, all the things you're not supposed to do, and somehow gets it over the front of the ring as we see the flush at the other end.
You're going to try this 2-3 zone. That's the man you got to watch out for.
But you've got to box out, but they blow the putback. Get a second chance, blow that. Lawson comes down with a chance to run, and Brown has it, but the numbers don't add up, so he'll hold up. Give it to the wing, stretch the defense. You might have a chance to penetrate. Now they spread. Down to 10 though, and Brown still has it. Now Lawson's seeing it, with 5 on the possession. Holding foul, and Lawson will go to the free throw line. Chance to cut it to a 6-point game. It's almost as a reluctance, Lloyd, to give it up because you don't know if you're going to get it back.
Yeah.
Because the pass to the wing would have been ideal. Stretch the defense, get it back, make some decisions.
Let's see what they do defensively, Canada, if they're going to press the zone. It worked last time, but not really the way they would have hoped. It worked because it gave up an open 3 that was missed and a, you know, a wide open layup that was missed.
Twice.
Yeah.
Lawson makes the first chance to make this a 6-point game. And I'm still thinking that the way the game feels, it's Canada's effort that's kept them in this. And now they're only 6 down going into the half at the moment anyway. Zone trap. We'll drop back in, as you say, to the zone. Got to box out in the zone. Taking a lot of time off the clock though. Dimanche has it already at 10. And France haven't run a thing at the moment. And they're just going to have to take a 3, which is long. And you've got a box. And they miss another little gimme to France, and they end up with the ball. Dimanche tries to create an angle, come out with the basketball. There is nowhere to go. Brown gives it up, numbers down the floor. Lawson stops and fires the 3 and just drops it. And France only have themselves to blame. Open looks, offensive rebounds, wide open putbacks, all missed. Underlined by a bad decision in terms of going back up again. And Canada, after being pointless for something like
very average for the Canadian team.
Avec le 4 qui va au milieu, d'accord. Et le mec qui fait sur l'ombre. D'accord. Ok, on joue là-dessus. guards going here, flashing here, and you get the penetration here. Everybody got it? Stay? No, this way. Go, honey.
So France have taken the timeout with 1:53 to go to steady the ship because they were 10 up in control, it felt. And they should still be 10 up, to be fair, because they've had the wide open putbacks, the wide open threes. The putbacks are the criminal ones. You know, you're going to make a miss freeze. You know, you're not going to go 100% from there. But they've been at the ring missing putbacks. It's almost, and there's never a substitute for hard work, is there? Canada's work rate. They've had to tough it out the way they've been playing, and their work rate has kept them in it. They still show the zone trap. But France really getting taken out of anything they want to run. Down to 8 already. Penetration to nowhere. They're going to have to come back inside out. Open three is good.
Away with a travel perhaps under the basket, but good pass in the end.
Iam gets the three. It's been quiet for a long time. Welcome back to the game, Jacques. There was not the pass there. 2-on-1 break, nice pass, get it back. I was just about to say lay it up, and they miss it up again. France, again, only themselves to blame as Canada get it back to 4. France at times, they do sometimes just give things so much respect that it stops them playing, but Canada for the first time don't scramble, wide open look, easy two. Here's Brown, outside, looking to initiate, gets to the foul line, still a lot of dribble, finally gives it up to the open three, drained it. And we talked about why would he take it earlier on. Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, that's what Brown's able to do, though. If he can get to the lane, he can find shooters. He's the one guy from Canada who really has been able to break his man down off the dribble. It's the decision at the end that hasn't always been spot on from him.
The shot clock turned off, 7 on the end of the quarter. Foul, and again, for the second end of period running, Canada foul deep in the shot clock going to the sideline.
To give up free throws.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for all the effort in those situations, you've just given up. Well, if he makes both of these, 4 points in a game that you're only 3 down, when you had no reason to foul. It gives them 6.5 seconds to try and finish the half on a score. And France increase it to 5. But one thing about Brown, he's quick. Inside, little Euro step, gets
Beautiful.
the 2.
Beautiful move from Brown.
Full court in no time at all. Gets it back to a 3-point game.
Great clock management for Brown. He's an exceptional athlete. You know, he's got to add that decision making, which he has showed these last couple of possessions he can do. And if he makes the right choices, he can be a game changer for Canada in the second half.
Well, we've reached the half, and it's not been the type of game we thought. It's ended up high scoring, 47-44. We keep waiting for it to explode, but there are moments in the latter part of that second quarter where it started to really step up a gear. Statistically, Canada with 50 and 44% respectively. Another team struggling from the line, only 57%. Rebound-wise, France dominant, 27-18 with 14 offensive rebounds. Everything else pretty tight. It leaves us at the half with France with the narrow 47-44 lead. Mali wait in the semi-final for the winner of this game. We'll be back in the second half to find out who that's going to be.
World, I've been watching you.
Goodness gracious.
Brazil, Belize, Spain, you got one. Is that enough? That's what I thought.
Oh!
Okay, Australia. I can feel your passion all the way from here. Yo, France, I know you want it. You just love giving everybody a hard time now, don't you? Ni hao, China. You show me love. Now show me some game.
Continues to get the fans.
And all of you, the FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it. USA, don't this up.
World, I'm Dirk, and this is my man, Son of Dreams.
His irons and shot drops.
And that's what it takes to compete in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Do you have it? Hey, Greece. It's time for the freak. Hey, Argentina, where's that young gun? Serbia, still outsmarting your opponents? Japan, you got some tricks up your sleeves, huh? Lions, you took on Africa, but are you ready for the world? This competition is not a place to sit back and watch. It's time to prove the world's got game. Hit it, son. Stell dir mal vor, Deutschland macht's.
It's like that.
World, I've been watching you. Brazil, Beleza. Spain, you got one. Is that enough? That's what I thought. Oh! Okay, Australia. I can feel your passion all the way from here. Yo, France, I know you want it. You just love giving everybody a hard time now, don't you? Ni hao, China. You show me love. Now show me some game.
Continues to get the fans.
And all of you, FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it. USA, don't this up.
World, I'm Dirk, and this is my man, Son of Dreams. And that's what it takes to compete in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Do you have it? Hey, Greece. It's time for the freak. Hey, Argentina, where's that young gun? Serbia, still outsmarting your opponents? Japan, you got some tricks up your sleeves, huh? Lions, we took on Africa, but are you ready for the world? This competition is not a place to sit back and watch. It's time to prove the world's got game. Hit it, son. Stell dir mal vor, Deutschland macht's.
It's like that.
It's just been a scrappy type of affair. But let's see how it goes. Ayayi will inbound the basketball for France. They lead by 3. They're 20 minutes away from a World Cup semi-final against Mali tomorrow here in Heraklion. That's a flop. And the referee's going to make note of that, I would expect. Squire pushes. A little hesitation on the dribble. Gets all the way to the glass. Nice move. Samuel just shaked a little crossover and gets to the ring.
He's played well, Samuel. Knocked down the 3. He showed that versatility of being able to step to the outside, but also dribble as well.
The pass gets in the lane and nowhere to go, and the ball will belong to Canada. And there's even whatever's been still in that locker room. You saw Viadaco's response. There's emotion in his Canadian lineup at the moment. Getting my countries all over the place. Been in too many tournaments. Vidaco there after that, he's down the floor. They look like they've come out of the locker room wanting to be aggressive, wanting to take the game by the scruff of the neck early in the 3rd. Here's Squire. Backs it out, they get it in again. Samuel still has it. They're going to offer him the 3. He's going to take it. It's long. And they're going to call it.
And that's the one spot that Canada need more production from. That 5-man, Bediako brothers, the pair of them haven't really established themselves in this game yet. A better job on the glass that time from Jaden.
Generated the foul. He's the release of pressure on the end line. Down the middle, off the glass, doesn't get the roll. It's a tough play, and Oh, he can't get it to drop, going the other way. Kubas on the dribble, needs a pass and finds one, should be an easy 2. Great challenge, but the foul's called. And Squire thinks he was clean on that, and only the replay will probably tell, but great transition. Dimanche gets to the hoop, will go to the free throw line. Dimanche never looks like he's out of second gear, he's so smooth.
Well, I've got to say, that is probably a rough call, because Dimanche was a man who grabbed the arm offensively, but it might work out for Canada because, you know, to the ground goes Squire with his 3 fouls, and it brings back in Brown, who was superb in that first half.
First of the free throws is good. It's almost, in some ways, this French team is so athletic. Sometimes you don't get the impression that they're getting after it defensively. Basket was good. There was a lane violation, but as it went in, there's no issue. Pepe's look hasn't changed for the whole game. He's been pretty impassive about things. Well, Lawson just handles it, steps back, takes a tough one, hits the front of the ring. France, everybody runs. Dimanche gets it, they get the trowel, get to the front of the ring and work hard and you're found. And Dimanche does a great job just waiting for it to unravel a little bit. And easy to.
So often we see that. Poor shot leads to something so easy on the opposite end of the floor. And Lawson takes the quick 3, didn't need to do it.
Samuel, nowhere to go, needs a pass. Liako gives him an option, gets it back to Samuel. Lines up the 3, is short. And off France are again, and they have all 5 down the floor. Ayayi drops it inside, nice pass. Great break again by France. Tremendous execution, and Ayom just gets to baseline, going the other way. We've got a foul. Ayayi takes one for the team. As Maone just pushed and pushed after the beautiful execution on the break.
Good movement away from the ball from Ion. You didn't see the way he circled under the ring. He had good footwork to leave that trail foot at the basket, meant he could collect and finish before the defense could get back.
It's another example. The big man runs the floor. You've got to give him a touch. And that's consecutive breaks off poor shot selection. Let's just say that for France. For Canada, France is so good in transition. He picks his first point up of the game, makes that 2. Dimanche has it, has a look at this trap again, which did give France some problems. It almost gave them too many problems, and then France get very passive against it.
Yeah, they just sort of stand around and take their time rather than zip the ball with a purpose.
In the lane with a little floater for 2, can't get it to drop. Maybe an extravagant move when there wasn't necessarily one needed. Samuels pushes, has it knocked away, 2-on-1 break. If they can make that 3-on-1 break, drops it inside for the easy 2. And France in transition are just, their point of transition, numbers down the floor, exceptional.
And they've been a bit better, sharing the ball as well. Shupas there made all the hard work. Did a good job to give it up. Oh, but Brown. He said his decision making, needed to be better second half. There's only one decision there. Lost his man so badly getting to the basket. Wide open finish.
Well, they tried again to go down low. Comes off the leg, but it wasn't a kick. It was passed against the leg. That's not the same thing. Inside touch, Bediaku. And they get the 2, and they're asking for the flop. There was one the other way as well. So, the referees just have to be a little consistent.
Good move from Bediaku.
And the French want the floor dried. Substitution off the French bench. And Yasse comes in. Trap again, taking some time out of things for France. There are times you would just want them to attack it. And now they find themselves 10 seconds on the shot clock, not running anything. This Canadian defense is really slowing down France. Ayom's not shy of a shot, doesn't get the bank to work. Closed here, late at night. Nice movement, Brown. He stepped out of bounds though. Tried to lift his heel up and convince the official he hadn't touched the line.
to that. The rhythm has just been lost from both teams again. France, like you said, the press, it takes them out of their game far too easily. It slows them down so much. They don't then get that rhythm to the offense.
Ayayi outside will take it back to the top, and again France find themselves at 10 on the clock. They take the extra pass, 3 from the corner is good. They'll almost settle for that.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys that shoot it really well though. Canada, the #1 shooting 3-point team in this competition, coming in. France themselves are #4. So both of them up there.
Dawson on the dribble, Bediako goes short on the roll, puts it on the floor inside out. The step back 3 is away and long. And he's off to the races again. You've got to slow the ball up. Just going strong to the glass. Great control on the and one. Shows those biceps to his bench. But that's a tough move. He finished that under a lot of pressure. Here's the 3 from the play before.
Again, decision making so important. I mean, before this one, Ayayi just glides in, great protection with his legs. But Nani had the drive, you know, had the defender on a long closeout rushing towards him, beats him on the first step rather than get into the lane and just be happy to draw some help and get someone a 3 with their feet set. He takes the step back 3 off balance, misses it badly, and that led to the transition for France.
Glamorous 3-point play. Double team, they've got to pass it out of it. Bediako gets it to the corner, they step back, Samuels for 3 is short. And France again in transition, all 5 commit to the break. And they overdo the pass, they just about save it. And Ayayi will move it on. Finally get it turned over in the corner. They almost turned it over once down there, threw it back down there and turned it over again. Kennedy checks in. Really one of those blue-collar guys who just gets working, contributes in different ways, does a lot of stuff that other people don't want to do. Brown, who's playing at a pace he feels comfortable at. Gakpo will pass and pick. Lawson goes inside to Kennedy. Has to go up with a jump hook, nice finish.
Really nice finish from Kennedy. Absolutely right.
Well, it becomes a half-court trap on this trip. And again, it just slows France down. It's doing the job that it's designed to do. At the moment, it's not really stopping France continuing to hold this lead because it's blocked. Bediako gets the block. They've got numbers down the floor. Brown's going up quick off the glass for 2. And when he's in the open floor, he is super quick.
And when they score, they get to go into the press again. They get to get up the floor. They get to kill this tempo.
And France allow them to. Imosh breaks the defense down, needs a pass, the extra pass, wide open from the 3-point line, he's short. And 4 on 2 if Canada commit. Upstairs for the alley-oop. And all the momentum just swings to Canada. Charles Bediako above the ring. He's going to throw this one down.
Beautiful timing from Lawson. But again, the press, it's the defense that's creating the offense for Canada. You know, just these long rebounds or the fact that France are so slow and stagnant offensively because of Canada's press has meant that Canada now have that momentum.
World, I've been watching you. Brazil, Belize, Spain, you got 1. Is that enough? That's what I thought. Oh! Okay, Australia. I can feel your passion all the way from here. Yo, France, I know you want it. You just love giving everybody a hard time now, don't you? Ni hao, China. You show me love. Now show me some game.
Continues to get the fans.
And all of you, the FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it. USA, What's up?
To try and stop the momentum, and the trap goes up the floor a little bit more aggressive. Now they get it to IE in the middle. They got to throw it underneath. They were wide open. They could have thrown it around the ring. It'd have been an easy two. But here they are again, back to 10 on the clock with nowhere to go. And poor decision making. Yes, just kicks it off his left foot and kicks it out of bounds. And Canada on this trip could tie the game or trail by one. And Brown again initiating a lot of the tempo. Lawson catch and release is long. First time they've had a missed shot to run off for a while, but the defensive transition is good by Canada. Walsh has it. And when they got an unsportsmanlike foul called on Leopold.
I didn't see it, did you?
Well, no, but the referee was very, very quick. He was on the far side in terms of setting the screen high. He's going to step out the game. So with all the momentum the way it is, Canada find themselves on the free throw line with the 2 shots and possession of the basketball. Let's have a look. Oh,
yeah,
cheap shot. And Biako misses the second, so a 2-point game. It's not far being off of being that's just a blatant elbow, back of the hand stuff. No place for it. Well spotted by the official. And Canada trying to make full advantage, take full advantage of it. Here's Brown outside. He's a tough ass. France just soft switch. They just exchange. And they take the 3. It's short. And just settle for the 3. France again in that slow down style. Ayayi puts it on the floor. Just glides inside and glides to the hoop for 2. Smooth.
Yeah, he really is so smooth. Just kind of wanders to the ring and you think it looks just so easy when he's doing it.
Brown, baseline, needs a pass, gets a pass. Deep in the corner, is short.
Again, the right decision from Brown though. He's been pretty good in this 3rd quarter.
And while we were asking for Lawson to get more looks, he's gone a little cold on us. There's Dimanche, gets it into the half court. A little bit sooner for France on this occasion. They take the ball screen. Ayayi has it knocked away. Scramble, and the ball goes to Canada. France turn it over. There's the replay of the really smooth move to the far side of the ring. France with the 4-point advantage, Canada with the basketball. Brown will turn down the ball screen. They get a little bit in each other's way. Well, the idea was fine, the execution poor. Because there's no way that Biako was expecting that one. Who'd be a coach? Pressure of a World Cup quarterfinal. In the 3rd quarter, 4-point game. Ayayi's made to pick it up. Baptiste to the middle, kicks it. Penetration to the right side off the glass is no good. Great work on the glass. Ayayi will have it with a new full team. The ball screen, it's a big screen. Ayayi just strokes the 3, comes up empty. And Brown doesn't like his numbers, so he'll wait. Passing inside, Bediako, nowhere to go, has a need of a pass, finds one. Brown going to the right side of the ring, is blocked, and it comes off Brown. And in the last minute of the 3rd quarter, France have a chance to build on the 4-point advantage. Ayayi with the play. Clean as you like.
Look, he landed pretty heavy. Round seems to be okay.
It's his wrist that he fell on.
I think it's his leg. His strapping's come
Strapping's
off.
come
So
off.
he's gone out for that. Could be okay.
50, well, literally a minute remains in the third. Again, defense extended, but to delay, not really. They don't go hard in traps, just delay, reduce the shot clock. Robinho will reverse it. Three is in and out, and Canada dodged that bullet. Where would they go? Who needs a touch? That's a poor decision. Great work on the glass, though. Just absolutely bowed out the bad decision. Tremendous effort. Just would not be denied on the glass, Neath. Just went after it. Poor decision on the shot, though.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Neath. I thought he's done well in his kind of limited time. A great athlete, makes plays at the ring. Could get into double figures here. But as you said, the first decision wasn't the wisest from Canada.
Well, the first one is good. Because Karim Main just went, and you're not really sure why he went. Didn't really have a drive lane. His teammate bowed him out. And he goes 2 for 2. And we're back to a 2-point game. So it's the same sort of feel as the Serbia-Lithuania game, where every now and again you think one team is asserting and the other team just comes back. It's now France who you feel like are going to assert, but foul on the plate. And this time Canada do have fouls to give. Robinho will, no he won't. The inbound will be Ayayi. Substitution for Canada. I assume not wanting to pick up a crazy foul at the last seconds of this third quarter.
They've got one more to give.
Yeah, Robinho just attacks the space and is fouled, and probably had to take the foul because he was completely taken out of the game with the penetration. It was Josh Primo. So no fouls now because people will shoot free throws. And Canada at the moment do not have a good record in these 2 quarters. Fouled in the end of the quarter every time. Robinho comes off the ball screen and they're fouled again.
3 times, and they've been passive off the ball screen every time. That's the incredible thing. You can understand if he's turned the corner, he's getting to the ring, but he's been going to the sideline. You know, the other 2 times, he's not even been in the middle of the floor.
No.
He's been out on a wing, but, you know, on that one, it's a lateral dribble. He's not trying to score. He's the setup guy. I'm not sure why Bariaco believes he needs to pressure the ball in any way.
Right, again, it's every single first and second and now third quarter. They've presented France with the opportunity for 6 points. So far, France have taken them. So if they can make that 4 turn into 6. And there's another 2-point shift at the end of a quarter. 8.4 seconds to go. They've got more than enough time to get a shot they want. Neath looks like he's going to keep this. Breaks the defense down, has it knocked away. And somehow, well, they're going to call that the quarter, I think. And they do. So on the back of the free throws, France have re-established the 4-point advantage at the end of the third period. France have a 65-61 advantage. They're only 10 minutes away from a World Cup semi-final. Can they hold?
World, I'm Dirk, and this is my man, Son of Dreams. And that's what it takes to compete in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Do you have it? Hey, Greece, it's time for the freak. Hey, Argentina, where's that young gun? Serbia, still outsmarting your opponents? Japan, you got some tricks up your sleeves, huh? Lions, you took on Africa, but are you ready for the world? This competition is not a place to sit back and watch. It's time to prove the world's got game. Hit it, son. Stell dir mal vor, Deutschland macht's.
It's like that.
Who would put a comeback win past Canada right now?
Yeah, I mean, they've done everything to stay within touching distance, really. Canada, they've never led. They trailed by 11 at one stage, but you know, statistically, it's a really even game. Not much to kind of go between, and you just feel like, as we've sort of repeatedly said over the course of this day, sometimes you feel teams have the opportunity to win. It's right there, and they don't take that opportunity at the moment. And if you don't do that, we know there's such thin margins between these teams that there's an opportunity that the opposition come and they take a game when perhaps they shouldn't.
So France will have the possession arrow at the start of the fourth quarter. Nassi will inbound the basketball. 10 minutes to decide who becomes the fourth semi-finalists in this year's Under-19 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Baptiste will get it back to Robineau, who's had limited minutes. Takes the ball screen, 8 on the possession. France getting beat every single time. The corner three is short, and the rebound just drops into Samuel's hands, and he'll advance it. He feels comfortable doing it. Goes up off the glass, gets his own rebound, going to power up and wait, and finishes the play. Such composure. Just waited for the defense to fly by. Robineau somehow slices through the help. They're just hanging in here, France, in terms of almost turning it over on every pass. In the lane, nowhere to go. Challenge again by Samuels. He's having a tremendous start to the fourth.
Just happy from France. It's a funny lineup they've got on the floor, really. You know, a couple of guys haven't played hardly at all in this game out there.
Samuel for three and drops it. And for the first time in this whole semi-final, Canada get the lead by 1. It's all on the back of Samuel's 5-0 start to this quarter. Penetration off the glass is no good. And Samuel again, he's literally a ball magnet. It's going through him in all directions. And they go back-to-back threes. France have to take the timeout. It's an 8-0 start to the fourth quarter. Canada, having never led, leading by 4, 69-65.
Got to ask the question, haven't you? I couldn't do out there on the floor. No, he's only played 4 minutes now. He's been out there for 2 of those 4 minutes in this fourth quarter. Obviously, Hugo Robineau is out there as well. Tough on France to have to regain this lead. This next couple of minutes will be crucial.
Another level.
Well, there are the free throw stats and the three-point stats. There's not a lot in it because there's not a lot in the game. 69-65. And we spoke in the quarter break, you know, were France a little bit too comfortable because they just kept going away when they needed to, and Canada have just come out and taken over. 69-65, 8-0 start. Samuel with a 3 and the 2, and then the 3 from Primo before the timeout.
Lineup they had on the floor, they only had one player, Nassi there, who just passed it, who's made more than 1 field goal. They've made 2 field goals in the game, the other 4 players. Just don't know if that's a lineup you have on the floor of a quarterfinal of a World Cup in the fourth quarter.
Oh, 8-0 tells you it's not. Game swing on situations like that. They take a prayer at the end of the shot clock and come up empty. And the foul in transition. Squire's back in the game with 3.
Another timeout, they just got nothing, did they, France?
Nothing at all.
You know what? You don't see any purpose for what they were trying to do or what they talked about.
In Canada, the defending champions are not letting go of their title. Samuels again, who's been the man of the 4th, steps back for the 3. Way short. Ayayi has it. It's all very well the open 3 with your feet set, but stepping back for it.
Too much confidence on that one.
Great stand though by Samuels, gets a piece of it. Ayayi on the reversal, thinks about it, 10 on the shot clock. Attacks it in the lane, finds the pass. Dimanche for 3 is no good. And the confidence that this French team were displaying earlier in the game is just literally draining. Squire doesn't get the layup. He did everything but score. Sees he goes up, right hand, gets the 2. Great body control, gets the drop to cut it to a 2-point margin. So AJ Lawson seeing the ball a lot more now at the point. Samuels, share it. They go big on big screen. Lawson comes back to it, gets in the lane, little floater for 2, doesn't get the roll. Defensive rebound is Yovu. He's not been a factor for a while either. Whistle on the play, Lawson will pick up the personal.
Yovu started so well in this game and he's only got 9 points now.
Second foul for AJ Lawson. Substitution, Bediako comes back in. Kennedy sits. Possibly the best rebounding lineup that Canada could put on the floor right now. In the half court. Dimanche almost stolen, wide open. Ayayi with all day to knock that one down and can't, but gets his own rebound. Foul on the play, interesting. Canada think it should be the other way around, but Dimanche just outworked everybody.
Not sure of the rotation from Damon Squire there, leaving Ayayi to rotate onto the big. Surely that's the one man you don't want to get a clean 3. I know he missed it, but he's got 21.
Well, we go one Bediako for the other. And Charles steps in. Ayayi, you're seeing an enormous amount of the ball right now. Back cut, gets in the lane, kicks it. Dimanche feet set for the 3 is off. And Bediako comes back in and gets an automatic defensive rebound. Builds a positive stat line. Bediako, nice pass. Oh, Lawson in the lane. Elevated off 2 and threw it down.
Great basketball, Canada. Early low post touch. Lawson cutter. Good play from Bediako there. Both ends of the floor. He plays on the defensive end and then the provider.
Ayayi tries to turn the corner.
The attention he's getting. 3 guys.
Yovo for 3 is short. And everything that France were looking to make. Yovo going in strong for 2. Doesn't get the drop. Bediako and Yovo going at it. France recover it. Ayayi for 3 is off. It's a battle underneath. And put back by Baptiste, didn't drop. He'll have to go and earn them from the free throw line.
4 great opportunities to score. There's Lawson on the cut, well fed. That's a poor defensive breakdown. We're talking about, halfway through this 4th quarter, just going to let a guy cut off the ball so easily to the ring.
Beaten on the front cut. It's just unforgivable. You've got to be in a position to make him, to guard him on that cut. So Canada with the 4-point advantage. Baptiste misses the first of the free throws. How resilient is this French team? Is he going to find out? Line violation. You're going to find out right now. Halfway through the 4th. They've led the whole game. They're now trailed by 4. It's as much mental as physical and tactically now. Because Canada are the team of momentum. Here's Squire in the backcourt. all about decisions for Canada now. The right people getting the right shots. Foul on the play. Dimanche.
Yeah, they've got fouls to get. That's not the worst. Try and be aggressive, see if you can sneak a steal.
Second team foul in this fourth quarter. Still over 5 minutes to go. Oh, the back cut. Nice find. He can't manufacture the shot. Bediako can't get it. Ayayi and France. 4-on-1. Just find the open man. As he goes up, gets the 2. If you go up, you're 4-on-1. You better score, and he did. Well, the nightcap game, the last game of the quarterfinals, is keeping everyone entertained. Skip, open 3 is off, and hits the scoring equipment on the backside of the basket, so France will recover the possession. Canada extend their defense. It's a tough ask for Ayayi. They're asking him to handle the ball, still be a big time scorer for them. Well, they leave the wide open 3, and Drake drop it. The closeout couldn't have been any slower, and Baptiste drains the 3, and now France are back in front.
Going in the Ayayi with so many people.
Squire in the lane, can't get the drop. Goes up with another tough one, can't get the drop. And right behind him is a wide open AJ Lawson.
Ayayi's been guarded by so many people that he's been unselfish, and eventually France were going to make one of those open ones.
Dimanche penetrates, kicks. The open shot is no good. Great glass work by Baptiste. Ayayi has it with a new 14. Drops it inside. It's flushed hard. And as you said, Ayayi is just finding options for everybody else. And Yovo down the middle just threw it down hard.
That's the first. And then he has another back-to-back assists for Ayayi. What a game he's putting up now statistically. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists for the French guard.
Well, France re-established the three-point lead. Canada take the timeout. 3:46 to go. This is too close to call, right?
Yeah, absolutely. My question is, out there 1 of 5.
Okay, run across screen. Pick and roll. Attention, le 50, quand on sort, bien collé. Rotation derrière.
I would agree with 100%. Underlined by the last play. Because the first penetration, he got deep, but he still had to take a tough one. He took it. That's the pass that Brown's been kicking out. Gets his own offensive rebound, goes up with another tough shot, even though he's got his leading scorer, best player, wide open right next to him. Those are the plays.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's those little things that make such a difference. Ayayi, you know, he's been so unselfish, so under control with the ball, drawing all the attention to him. He's able to pass, and now, you know, do Canada still guard him the same way? Do they ease off a little? In which case, it will open the floor more for him to be able to take the shot.
Well, 3:46 to go. Place in the World Cup semi-final at stake. France back in front by 3. Canada taking the timeout, and as we always say, they need to get what they want coming out of this timeout. Squire has it. AJ Lawson screens and then comes off a screen. Tries to turn the corner. Drops it inside. Great pass. Super pass.
Good movement from Bediako as well. Jaden's played well. 6 points, 8 rebounds for him now.
Dimanche gets France into the half court. Ayayi's got the ball in his hands, which is where France want the ball to be. He takes the ball screen, doesn't roll, he just stays, he skips it, and he takes the long closeout. What a move! What a move! Far side of the ring, how did he make that? Take a look. Super play, 76-73. Samuels behind the back, gets in the lane, takes a tough one, and they can't get the rebound. just contrast that with the play before.
Samuels almost just threw it up to get his own rebound, but couldn't quite get the hands on it. And now this is where the tempo for France is good. This is where they can kill this time, they can, you know, use the clock.
Dimanche drops it. Ayayi wide open, the other three is short. But Ayayi gets another positive stat and gets the offensive rebound and put back.
Yeah, he might end up with a triple-double at this rate, the way he is going.
Squire circles. Bediako gets it on the inside, tries to go to work, gets to the inside with a jump hook, soft touch. Soft touch, gets the two, and they desperately needed those two.
Good work from Bediako.
Dimanche trying to use the clock as his friend. This is where the free is long. Can think of other things he can do with the basketball. Squire, chance to tie it or get to one down. Bediako in the post, one-on-one, the help hasn't come. Just same action, goes up with a soft touch. Gets the same result. Same recognition, no help at all, one-on-one in the block, and he scores back-to-backs.
An unlikely source of offense, perhaps, the low block for them.
78-77, Ayayi skips it again, same pass. This time they turn down and he attacks the hoop, which is what he's good at.
That was a really smart play. Ayayi threw the bullet pass across the floor, and Niasse had the open three, but knew he could get better.
He let the defense fly by, gets the floater, gets the two. And down the other end, this has been Canada for the last two sets. A soft touch on the jump hook. And Canada will take the timeout. That'll be their second timeout. Both teams just have the one. So what do you run, Lloyd? You're in this situation, you're down three, you're going to advance.
Are they going to sub him out though?
No.
Yeah, we're advanced. No, we're not going to run that. What we're going to do is
I was going to say throw it into him, run an action, that he's the decoy and he kicks it back out, perhaps look for a three for Lawson.
Run chop action,
Coming out of it, I think
for
he just needs a blow. You can see him breathing heavy in the background, Bediako. So now for me, yeah, I would go Brown on some sort of penetration if you bring him in. Or apart from that, it's got to be Lawson.
He's getting his blow in the timeout, right? Only a minute to go. 1.16 to go in a World Cup semi-final. He's made the last two in the block. At least they would play him honest down there, and that would create opportunity. 42% from the floor, Canada 37 France. 51 to 41 on the glass in favour of France. So France on the verge of a semi-final. The FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup here in Heraklion in Crete. It comes down to 1:16. Without, completely not a surprise that they will take the 14-second reset in the front court. Neath will inbound. Squire still in, gets the first pass. So they don't have to force, but they have to get something relatively quick and good. Lawson on a curl in the lane for two and blows it, but Bediako comes down with it. The ball's loose and he couldn't handle it. And they got an open look. They couldn't complete. Plenty of time. 50 seconds in the game. What they don't want to do is foul right now. Ayayi puts it on the floor. Dimanche, Ayayi wants it. They want him to have it. Puts it on the floor, guarded by Neath. They switch it. Puts it up, knocks it down.
It's a big time shot.
Not that he's big, but he wants it as well. Wanted to get a shot, wanted the ball in his hands.
And he couldn't run it better, could he? He was so controlled, used the first screen, didn't have anything. Wasn't afraid to pull it out again and get really deep into the shot clock, knowing he's got, you know, this ability to just steady the feet. distance along too, but big time shot, Joliet. That's why.
World, I've been watching you. Brazil, Beleza. Spain, you got one. Is that enough? That's what I thought. Oh! Okay, Australia. I can feel your passion all the way from here. Yo, France, I know you want it. You just love giving everybody a hard time now, don't you? Ni hao, China. You show me love. Now show me some game.
Continues to get the fans.
And all of you, FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it. USA, don't this up.
Session. No ifs, buts, or maybes. This is 38 seconds where they have to be perfect if they're going to get back from 5 down. Starts with the front court reset on a 14-second shot clock. Just about turned over right now. And they wrap it around. Great block. That one block gives them light at the end of the tunnel. Squire stops and pops the three. Got it! 2-point game. Plenty of time here. 23.2. Samuel's block was huge. And they foul straight away. And Dimonch is who they foul. Well, they conspired. They conspired to turn it over on the sideline.
Incredible defensive play. And now you look at it and you say, why did France take it? But at the time, it was a shot at the ring, wiped away. Great defense.
Squire with the big three. Bediako is back in. France on the end line because both teams, well, Canada don't now, but France have a foul to give. Fouls to give. And 2 shots now. We're going to walk the floor. No, hardly anything came off the clock. 22 seconds. 2-point game.
These are the pressure ones.
These are the ones where you put stats away and just trust and hope your player composes himself.
Dimonch is probably the man to foul. He hasn't had a good night shooting the ball. He's 2 of 11 from the field, but 6 of 6 from the line.
Pressure's a marvellous thing. If you're a Canadian fan, it's a marvellous thing.
Coming into this one, it was only 43% from the line in this tournament.
It's a great foul.
7 of 16, so the right guy.
Makes the second. A shot to tie it. Do they take the one to tie it? Bediako drops it. Where were they going? So where were they going?
I think they were trying to get the quick two.
The quick two?
Yeah. Quick two, 10 seconds left. It was probably going to be it was going to be wide open if he'd just taken it in. That's a little low.
So we're back on the free throw line. France have a chance to pretty much ice it. Bediako picks up his 3rd foul. Then the free throw drops. That makes it a 2-possession game.
That's a big one. That one. He's freedom now for this. Has made it a 2-possession game.
Before that, he'd gone 0 for 2. Makes the first free throw of the night for him. And he goes 1 for 2. Rebound, Bediako. Still a 4-point game, and they turn it over. And France, on what can only be described as just, it's a gutsy performance in the 4th quarter. It was Canada led by as many as 4. France, after leading the whole game, could have folded. And we asked how resilient they are. Well, the answer is he's very resilient.
You did ask that question and they've answered
They've answered that question. If you're resilient in the latter stages of a world championship, you are prepared to do whatever it takes to get to that championship game, and that's what they'll have to do tomorrow against a team that will also challenge their resilience. So back at the free throw line, it's already a 2-possession game. It could only be a 2-possession game after this, but there would be 2 threes. How big was the one he made?
Staff were frustrated that he held on to it a second ago.
Yeah.
Wanted him to give it up to Ayayi, and that's why he misses the first.
Well, he's 1 for 5 now, but the one he made has pretty much iced this. Well, he makes the second. It's a 5-point game. Squire has it, and he's fouled. And you've got to say that's almost, well, it'll only be a 2-shot foul. So, in fact, it's not a 2-shot foul. They have fouls to give. It's a really smart foul. 3.1 seconds. This is all but done. Miracles can happen. And it's going to have to be a pretty special one. Squire for a chance is not going to knock it down, and France will advance to the semi-finals of the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup here in Heraklion in Crete. So much respect between coaches, and that's a gutsy performance by France. Led the whole way, and then Canada went on the run and led in the 4th. But inspired by Ayayi, they really did tough it out to secure the 85-80 win. And they will face Mali tomorrow for the opportunity to make the World Championship final on Sunday. Happy French fans, these numbers are going to sum it up. Those are the only 2 that matter. 80-85, France with the 5-point win. That really does cap off some great quarterfinals. Lloyd, I asked the question, they were resilient in the end.
Oh, absolutely. I think that, there was questions asked of that French team in the 4th quarter, and they answered them. You've got to say, when it went down, when it went badly for them, they opened up that 4th quarter with that 0-8 run, didn't they? And you thought, well, this could be it after they led the entire game coming in, but they showed that ability to bounce back. They didn't let anything hurt them, and even when Ayayi was distributing and the other guys missed a couple of jumpers, he stayed with it. He continued to lead his team. He was unselfish, and they made the shots when they needed to.
Well, there's the game leaders. Lawson led in points with 14. They shared it. Ayayi all over the stat line. 25 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. Just an unbelievable stat line. Takes his country to a World Cup semi-final. Lawson chipped in with 2 steals. Samuels, who at the end of the game almost gave Canada a last gasp chance at it. Samuel with 14 as well. And Nisse with 17 points. They were big points down the end of the game. But just a tremendous performance by France. France complete the semi-final lineup for the 2019 Under-19 Basketball World Cup. Those games take place tomorrow. Join us tomorrow for those 2 games. If this has whetted your appetite, as I know that's where you're going to be, we'll see you then. But for now, from the Heraklion Arena, good night.